Andy, we're back. A third season. We're back.
Good to see you, my friend, and good to, well, I was going to say see all of your smiling faces, everyone listening. A, there's probably only 3 of you, and B, I can't see you. But if you are listening, hey, welcome back.
Hey, welcome back. I think there's at least 5 people listening now. I think we've been growing.
Yes,
a little bit.
yeah, it's true.
I think we're doing well.
Yeah, we're doing
And
okay.
by the way, we didn't talk about this, but I'm just saying that this is the beginning of our 3rd season because I was saying that last year it was season 2, and I just noticed that the lads at 9 Works are now doing their 3rd season. So I thought, if they're doing a 3rd season, we're doing a 3rd season.
All right, so this is going to be the only free plug those goons at 9 Works get.
Yeah, that's
all
it.
season.
No
that's
more.
It. No more free plugs for those guys. What have we ever gotten out of them? How are you, my friend?
I'm good. Yeah, I'm really good, thanks. I feel like I've got the new year off to a great start. I want to count down to a road trip to Florida. And yeah, it's exciting. I'm really happy about this year. Really exciting.
Unreal. Well, we are going to get into it all in this, our first episode back.
I'm not doing it.
Really? Welcome to Curban Canyon. So it's been a little while, my man. What have you been up to?
The risk of TMI, I had a heart operation, which I've been sort of on the path for a couple of years now. And it was very successful, and I'm now back to my old self, which I'm feeling good about.
Was it the Tin Man or the Lion who didn't have a heart?
It was the Tin Man.
The Tin Man, right? Okay, cool. Sorry, I don't mean to belittle what you went through. That must have been that must have been hell,
totally.
dude.
Yeah, the Tin Man didn't have any heart, and the Lion was a raging pussy. So I was probably a bit of both.
You're a little bit of both.
It was weird. Like 3 years ago, I got pneumonia, and the pneumonia infected my heart. And then over the last 3 years, I've technically been classified as having heart failure, and they thought meds would sort me out. And the meds didn't, and eventually they came up with the idea of this operation, and they did the operation, and now my heart's beating properly, and it seems to be like just 100%. So I'm like raring to go. This year I'm gonna try and kick ass in absolutely everything I put my mind to.
Mate, I love it.
To be honest, the last year or so has been dragging me down quite a lot. Just physically, I feel like my battery has just only been able to charge to about 40% every day. So every day, tired pretty quickly, miserable.
Does this make, so if just thinking through that the last couple of years have brought you down, do I need to be nicer? Like, do I?
No, what it means is I can take even more of the stick you usually throw at me. So you can just you can just dial that up to an 11.
You're the stick thrower around here, my friend.
What have you been doing? I want to know what's happened over the last sort of couple of weeks, but more importantly, I think it was today on Instagram, I saw you wearing a Crocodile Dundee hat or something similar. What on earth were you doing, and where were you?
I wondered who would be the first to comment on that hat. So first up, those hats, they're very cool and trendy, right? Like, the young and hip in Australia are all wearing these hats. No, I was at a music festival, James. I was doing what young, cool, hip people apparently do. went to a music festival at a winery of all places. It was unreal.
At a winery? Was Burt Bacharach in town?
No. It was some good Aussie bands, in fact, so a Canadian band, City and Colour, who are great. Ben Harper from LA. Most of our listeners probably know Ben Harper, and Angus and Julia Stone. It was a cracking day out. Actually, it was really, really good. So yes, that was my weekend. Prior to that, gosh. December and January is all just a bit of a blur. I'll tell you what I did do. When I was young, I used to play in a lot of bands, and I loved that. So decided that having a Porsche was not midlife crisis inducing enough. I went and bought myself a Fender Stratocaster over the break. So I did. So I've been playing a lot of pretending imagining I'm Stevie Ray Vaughan down in the bedroom again, and Kath is going nuts because I now have a guitar, an amplifier, and pedals in our bedroom, and she's like, "Okay, just so you know, this whole sleeping with a 17-year-old arrangement thing that we've got going on here is not going to last."
She's not impressed.
No, she's not. I mean, she's very supportive of the purchase of said instrument, but again, has gotten on to me about the state of my garage, which you'll be happy to know because she believes it should live perhaps in the garage. So yes, it is destined to find its way to the garage for sure. But that's been fun.
You could play soft rock love tunes to your Porsches.
Oh my God, that's such a good idea. Like
you could just sit there and strum away.
I feel like it would depend on which car was in the garage, though. Like if the GT4 was there, maybe it's more like, I don't know, not soft rock so much as like power ballads, maybe.
I was going to say Bruno Mars, Uptown Funk, clearly.
No, I'm thinking power ballads. I'm thinking, Journey, Toto, Bon Jovi.
Toto. Oh my goodness.
Bad English.
Oh my God, yeah, bad English. I think just for you, when I pull up to the Works reunion in a couple of weeks' time, I'm going to have the windows down and I'm going to be blaring out Africa. Just for you.
See, there you go. That's the nicest thing you've ever done for me.
So you still got the two cars. You haven't decided to make a rash decision and get rid of one of them over the holidays.
Well, no rash decisions. However,
really?
No. I think I may have said towards the end of last year, I lost my next door neighbour car park. GT4 is now living at my friend's place in Brayside. Shout out Dale, and which is great, but it is so far from my house. Like it's literally a 40-minute drive from home. Having it so far away, it's like I don't have it, so I need to fix that.
Have you got room in your property to put like a temporary carport up that would at least protect one of your cars from, the rain and the leaves and the sap, etc.?
Not if I value the aesthetics of my home.
Yeah.
Like it would be, it'd be some sort of weird, crappy, temporary tarpaulin based. It just would look terrible. And I don't want to force Kath to put her car out there. And then added to the little issue of car storage in our house, my daughter, who just turned 18, recently acquired her first car. So that is parked out on the street. The Jeep is parked on the driveway, a Porsche in the garage, Kath's car in the garage. Anyway, yeah, it's okay. I think I've found a solution. If I can secure some parking near my place of work, then it's easy for me to swap the cars over, right? I can drive Little Green into the office, pick up Dark Angel, put Little Green there, bring Dark Angel home.
Hold on.
I threw this in deliberately. I just wanted to lob it in.
Oh my goodness! Is this? Please don't tell me this is after the James Cameron, what was it, Jessica Alba Dark Angel series from the early.
Not
90s.
really. To be honest, I'm not really a namer of cars, but there's a
Angel.
But there's a WhatsApp thread, or in fact, there's a few WhatsApp threads with mates of mine, and when we had this kind of crazy acquisition of all the Australian GT4s going on, there was a GT4 thread, and it came up within that thread. My mate PJ names a lot of his cars, and so I think I just threw it in there as a laugh. It hasn't really stuck, but I just wanted to say it in public once.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's move on because that's a bit awkward.
Yeah.
So we got loads to talk about in this opening episode, and we're sitting here, just talking about random stuff. But man, I mean, I want to talk about the 992.2 that has been spied on the ring. There is talk in fact, confirmation that it's going to be released in a hybrid. Shock, horror.
Dun, dun,
what else have we got? We've got the GT-looking Taycan.
Yeah, we do. We're going to talk about, there's a subject that comes up a little bit, 991.2 GT3 Touring versus 992 GT3 Touring. Interesting.
Yeah, right.
Someone very influential has thrown in some thoughts on that. I want to find out about what's going on with Bluey. But actually, let's start with a little bit of news, because yesterday in Australia was the Bathurst 12-hour endurance race. I think in a field of, I don't know how many cars were in it, but Porsche was not highly represented. It was mostly AMGs and Audis and some BMWs. I think there were only, I could be corrected on this, but from what I could see from the entrance list, there were only 2 911s, one of which crashed out in the opening stages. But Porsche did still manage P2 in the final standings. And for a while, it looked as though Matt Campbell, who would be familiar to listeners as one of the co-drivers in the Michael Fassbender series, Road to Le Mans, Matt Campbell was chasing down the lead AMG and looked as though he may have gotten past, but just didn't have an answer to the AMG's straight line speed. Yeah. So it's still a great result, given that was the last hurrah for the 991.2. I can't believe they're still racing 991s. That's amazing to me that they're not racing 992s yet. Yeah, I wonder
why that is. I mean, the 992's been ready for that now for a year. I mean,
I would have thought so, right?
Is it the end of the season? Do they want to just see out the season in the 991 and?
Maybe it's just because it's Australia and it's pretty much a cottage industry down here. We've only just got electricity. No, I don't know. Look, I know they said it's the last hurrah for the 991, so I assume next year there'll be 992. And I know that the Bathurst 12-hour didn't happen for a few years because of COVID. Last year, a few manufacturers didn't even show. So I think they've had record numbers of crowds this year, so I think it'll well and truly be back next year, and I imagine Porsche will be very much back in the mix.
So what's up with the 12-hour race? Because, we all know of the Daytona and the Le Mans 24-hour races. What is it? You guys don't have the stamina to go more than 12 hours. What is it? Is it like cricket 2020?
Probably.
Is 12 hours like a regular thing?
No, not really. Well, no, because a lot of endurance races are 12 hours. They're not all 24. And I don't think you'd want to be driving Bathurst in the pitch black. I just think, because it's the sort of, well, yeah, I heard one of the V8 supercar drivers talking about it yesterday, and they said that, if this circuit was designed today, there is absolutely no way that it would be allowed to be built because it's so dangerous, particularly across the top of the mountain. You have no line of sight of any of the corners. I remember speaking to somebody who'd done track days up there, and they were basically told, as you come over, I don't know, it might be Skyline, there's a section where the road just dips down and vanishes in front of you. And the advice they always were given in terms of nailing your line through that corner was to just aim for that tree, because that tree is the only thing you can see. So it's pretty, people talk about the corkscrew at Laguna Seca, but Bathurst, coming down the mountain at Bathurst is just dials that up to 11. It's insane. Yeah. And actually in 2019, Matt Campbell did one of the most amazing overtakes in endurance racing history. You look it up on YouTube, Matt Campbell Bathurst overtake. It is unbelievable. He goes through the inside of Forest Elbow, which is just a spot where no one overtakes. He somehow threads his 911 past an Aston Martin going into that corner in the closing stages of that race. It was unbelievable. Oof. So yes, check that out on YouTube. But anyway, so yes, it was good. It was a great performance by Porsche in I guess the farewell tour for the 991.
I wonder what's going to happen with that car now. You know, you see it.
Scrapped.
Is the owner going to keep hold of it? Is it going to scrapped?
I don't know. Do people? I would hope that now there's an understanding that former race cars have some provenance and are worth holding on to.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I think people are starting to work that out now. So I don't know. Maybe it'll end up in a museum somewhere. Maybe it'll be scrapped. Maybe it'll end up in a Costa Mesa chop shop. Who knows?
So let's talk about the 992
Yes.
and the hybrid. I am like, I wasn't sure if I was going to be excited about it or not, but now that it's dropped, now the news is like here, I think I am, with some major reservations. But I think I am. I think I'm excited.
Well, I've heard though, so there's still speculation about whether hybrid will drop in the 992.2 or the next generation. So there's still some speculation. Now, my understanding though, as you say, I think we know that that Oliver Bloom has said that it is going to happen. The 911 will be hybrid. And we also know that in early conversations around the 992, they did say that the engine bay was constructed such that it had space for that. So I think you're right. But there was some rumors published on ARC Driver on YouTube recently that talked about, and actually some other sources, that talked about the 992.2 being a 4-litre naturally aspirated, non-turbocharged car.
Yeah.
So this has got me thinking, oh, hang on. This could be exciting stuff. Now I mean, the evidence is sketchy, right? But if you watch that video, it's based on prototypes at the Nürburgring, and there's things like, for example, they're talking about the positioning of the exhaust tips, and they would suggest no turbochargers. They're talking about no intakes that are typically used for cooling on the turbochargers, and even, drive-by sounds that the car sounds like it's naturally aspirated. But I don't know, do you think Porsche can undo all of that turbocharged technology that they've bolted into all of their base Carreras and the like for the last, since the 991.2, and go for a naturally aspirated engine only? I can't imagine them doing that.
I think I can. And I think over at least the last sort of 5 or 6 years or more, you've seen Porsche sort of go out on a limb, I guess you could say, with a couple of design choices, but then listen to the feedback of the market and their customers and sort of take a step back again, like reintroducing the manual gearbox into the GT3. I think some of the criticism I've heard of the 992.1 is that, and actually with the 991.2, was that the fact that all of the engines were essentially just turbocharged kind of took away a little bit from the prestige of the turbo trim. Was a little confusing in many respects, and also just made them a little cookie cutter and boring. I think they've said repeatedly over the last 10 years that they're still committed to the naturally aspirated engines. So I don't know. I think it'd be a really smart move to drop another NA engine in this next generation upgrade. And I think I can see them doing it.
Well, look, they've obviously got the tech to do it and the tooling to do it, because they're building naturally aspirated GT3s, obviously, and perhaps the strategy is one of duality, right? Where they say we're going to drop a naturally aspirated Carrera S, etc., and at the same time we're also going to drop a hybrid version. So you've got the high-tech future version of the 911, and then you've got the purist sports car enthusiast version of the 911. I wonder if that's the strategy.
And maybe. And fully electric, that's not on the cards for the 911 anytime soon, but the next 718 series is going to come out with a fully electric version. So that's also in the mix as well. I do wonder that, and I do worry that they're going to make their sort of menu offerings of every vehicle just a little bit too complicated now, because they're not already. You've got Well, yeah, well, they are already. I mean, you've got
Yeah.
the coupes, you've got the cabriolets, you've got the Targas,
Yeah.
you've got the two-wheel drives, the four-wheel
the all-wheel
drives,
drive,
you've got
yeah.
the right. And now you're going to have the e-hybrid variant like you do for the Cayennes and the Panameras. I don't know. Maybe all of that extra choice is a good thing. But I just keep going back to what Lee Sibley said before on a podcast about the 918. You know, that 918 being hybrid. What? I didn't say it. I was just talking about Lee. I was not talking about every.
Cool. Yeah. I think I'm familiar with his work.
Yeah. That sort of guy who occasionally comments on Porsche. You know, you look at the 918. How exciting was that car? How expensive is that car still today? How fast is that car? How cool is that car with your hybrid engine? And I don't think anybody's ever, you know, really sort of sniffed at that too much.
No.
I think the idea of having the choice of a hybrid 911 is really exciting. And if the rumors are right, it's going to be minimum 700 horses. 700 horses.
Well, you love a horsepower stat, so you know, and that's the thing, right? Like I think about someone like, you know, who like you, for example, who loves the 0 to 62 times and all that sort of stuff, and is an enthusiast. This could be the car, right? Like this could be the one that delivers that. And you even hear Spike Ferriston talk about, you know, these new supercars and the like don't compare to electric anyway. So maybe there are those enthusiasts who just want, you know what, I want a 911, but I want a 911 that scares the hell out of me with how quick it is.
0 to 60 in a second.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, then the other statistic that I don't know about yet, but I'm guessing is that the weight is going to be a lot different with the hybrid engine. So is that going to detract a little bit from, I don't know.
You got to imagine it's going to be
the
heavier, right? And I mean the way that all electric cars are set up is that they're heavy, but the weight is down low and it's spread around the car. I don't know. Only time will tell. It's all speculation. But my understanding was that the hybrid power unit would be positioned somewhere in the engine bay. I thought I read that ages ago, but perhaps I'm wrong. Again, all rumor, hearsay, speculation on my part.
Mm-hmm.
The word as well, though, is that there are some design changes coming, as there always is with an upgrade to a generation. So the front end of the 992.2 looks like it's going to get some design upgrades, which I think is good. I've always thought the front end on the 992 is a little bit unresolved.
Pac-Man.
Yeah, Pac-Man. There you go.
Yeah.
That's a great way to put it, actually. Yeah, it's just, and I think you can get the sport body kit, which I think helps it, but I don't think is necessarily the perfect rendering either, to be honest. And when you think of what we came from, you know, you think about the 991.2 GT3, for example, and the front end on that with those angular intakes, it just looked so good. I'm excited to see that. They're revising the cup holder, which I think there'll be a lot of very happy people.
That's good. I'm not a big fan of that cup holder in the middle of the center.
No, and apparently if you got a
Homer,
manual, it's terrible.
Yeah, it's the Homer Simpson big gulp. Yeah, it just gets in the way.
Yeah.
So here's the thing with the 992.1. You're right. The standard front fascia, just the Pac-Man bumper, I really don't like that. Unresolved, actually, you said. That's a really good way of saying it, because it's like they just didn't finish it off.
Yeah.
But I have to say, I do really like the sport version. I think that is excellent. I wouldn't say it's my favorite front of a 911, but it's phenomenal. I would be really happy with it. What I thought of when I saw the Spike photos of the 992.2, with the way that the two air intakes have now been shaped on the left and the right, is it looks like a modernized 996 turbo. That's what I think it looks like.
Do you know what? I can see that.
I'm not saying
I
that's
can
a
see
bad
that.
thing.
No. I don't think that's a bad thing at all.
I think that's pretty good, actually. And I think for the first time in ages, they've really nailed it. I think it looks tremendous. And that's the positive. The negative is that they've made the rear worse. I don't like it at all.
Well, look, I think let's reserve judgment, right? Because these are spy shots. They've got camo on the cars. They would have various bits and pieces kind of bolted on or super glued on to slightly offset it or to send us down the garden path. So let's wait and see. I thought, though, from memory, that they'd lifted the where the license plate recess up to match what they do on, I think it's the turbo. Anyway, let's see.
Yes.
But I think what does tend to happen, you look at the 991, for example. When the Gen 1 991 was released, I thought, wow, they've really nailed this. They've hit it out of the park. I loved the rear end, but when they stepped it up for the second Gen 991, that rear end just suddenly looked even better, was enhanced in so many ways. And, typically, I think, a completely new generation is always a little bit of a watershed moment in terms of it's a big shift from where we've been, right? Whereas the updates, I think, they're always good. It's always, okay, we've had time to live with this now. Our designers have been sketching for, let's say, 2.5 years since it was released. And, hey, here's the new designs. I think they tend to just refine it and they tend to nail it on the second go-round. The other thing that's interesting is that ARC driver reported that the analog tacho is going to go. And we're going to have a digital tacho.
I know, right? Yeah. They're all, it's completely digital. That's what I heard as well.
Yeah. Look, I don't know. I think it's really easy to get hung up on this stuff. Do you know what I mean? And
fuckers. Fuckers.
Yeah, I don't know. To me, the thing of having an analog tacho, but then everything else around it being digital, there's a part of me that thinks, you know what? The fact that Porsche are still doing a manual gearbox, the fact that they give us so much of what they know us purists want, if they got to do a digital tack, I don't know. I don't think I'm going to lose sleep over it.
I haven't slept since I heard the news.
Really?
And that was like 7 days ago.
Been that hard for you? Yeah.
7 days, no sleep. But interesting, that's the only thing. Oh, and the cup holder. They're the two only things I've heard about the interior. So I'm not really expecting the interior to change much.
No,
I was just thinking, actually, if you look back at the second generation 996 and the second generation 997 and 991, each one of those second gens had a complete engine change, right? Complete engine transformation.
Correct. Yeah, that's true. So
maybe it's not the hybrid that's coming with the 992.2, but that makes me even more hopeful for the 4 liter naturally aspirated engine. 4.
I know. Because
that's GT3 RS territory.
Yeah, I imagine detuned somewhat, but yeah, you're right. I mean, and my 991.1, the 3.8 naturally aspirated, because that was an S. That thing was a monster. There's something about an NA engine, the sound. It's just a different beast than a turbo. I think it's really interesting. Whether or not they deliver it or not, time will tell. But I think it's. I'm excited. I'm really excited by this. Not that I'm going to buy one. I mean, we'll sit here and talk about it till the cows come home. But I will never own one.
Well, so let's talk about future cars, because I'm excited for the year ahead. Not that I'm selling Bluey, but I've been doing a lot of searching. I've been doing more searching for cars than porn in the last couple of months, I'll be honest with you. And that's saying something.
Have you've been getting emails from Pornhub? We're sorry to see you go.
Are you okay? Did you die, sir? No, I've been doing a lot of searching for cars. In fact, I came probably not an inch, but maybe a foot, let's say, or a couple of inches within pulling the trigger on a graphite blue 991.2 in Miami.
Oh,
And with
graphite blue?
or at least, graphite blue, black interior, with the carbon brakes and yellow accents inside to go with the brakes. It was, and it's still on the market.
Auto amateur
Absolutely. Exactly. Not a lot of carbon fiber though, but don't worry, we can add that. We can add that anytime we like.
Just one big order to Suncoast and you'll be sorted.
Dude, I came pretty close because it was actually a high. So it's still on the market. It was a high mileage car. It had 80,000 miles on, and I don't shy away from high mileage Porsches.
Sure.
I never have. It was mid 70s. I think it was like 75 or 76,000 US dollars for a 991.2, which I could tune and make faster than an S in the graphite blue. And it just happens to be in Florida, where I'm going to be in a couple of weeks' time with Bluey. It was one of those nights where I hadn't gotten a lot of sleep, and I sort of talked myself into the fact that I was potentially going to do this. And I was online and I was emailing them and I was like, hey, so conceptually, could I maybe show up with a 996 and trade it in and drive away with a 991 and then take it back to Minnesota? I was like, that's a great idea. That's a great idea. I don't need to say, yeah, that's a great idea. It didn't happen. It still could, but it hasn't happened because my darling wife reminded me that the deal that we have is I have to lose 100 pounds before I buy my next Porsche. And I didn't really do very well last year. But since my operation in December, I'm down 20. And
surely that counts as a down payment. Come on, Ruthie.
Well,
have some faith. Have some
faith. Dude, you should have seen her face. You should have seen her face when I told her about the idea, because she was just like sitting there smugly. Well, you can't get one because you haven't finished, losing your weight. And I was like, well, check this out. Stood on the scales, 20 pound down. She went white as a sheet. I mean, I'm still 80 pounds away, but the fact that I'm 20 down, oh my God, game on.
Okay, but you know what? I mean, this whole thing, this whole lose 100 pounds, I'm not sure I'm on board with this. I mean, this is, you could turn to unhealthy methodologies of weight loss just in order to get a 911. If Ruthie was fair income here, she'd be more worried about your health and well-being, and promoting perhaps a more conservative approach to this. I'm just trying to find a loophole for you here, mate.
Yeah, I know. But let's come back to fair dinkum. I haven't heard that in years.
Yeah, sometimes I just like to lob it in, a little bit of Aussie, eh? Do you think you could you get some sort of special dispensation from Ruthie on account of the fact that this is a particularly rare offering, and an agreement of some sort of commitment, a plan going forward? All right, Ruthie, here's the journey. Here's where I'm going to be. But you set some milestones, all right? Some key dates against which you need to deliver certain weight loss, be able to demonstrate certain levels of weight loss. It could be perfect.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. It sounds like financing a car, but I'm financing my fatness and a diet. Can I take the car away now? But you're going to put me down for 100 pounds over 6 months.
It's a weight loss lease. That's what it is. It's a weight loss lease.
God.
And you get a balloon payment at the end.
Yeah.
We should get Ruthie on, and I'll convince her. Because the other thing, James, is that currently you're out on the road, experiencing some good times in the 996, which is, it's a terrific car, but it just doesn't have all of the safety technology that a 991.2 has. And as a father, as a husband, it's irresponsible not to upgrade to a 991.2. And to be fair, I think you're bending over backwards. You're not doing this for you. You're doing this for your family.
I am. Now, I like the way you're going. You know, it's a very logical argument, but you also need to bear in mind that you're talking about my wife, the woman who is having me carry a 150-pound dining room table out of a house that she's selling the week before I had my heart surgery. And I quite literally thought my heart was going to explode and I was going to faint right there. And she was like, come on.
Ruthie sounds like a very reasonable, open-minded woman. I believe that with a little bit of... Look, can I work up a PowerPoint deck for you, perhaps, just talking about the benefits of this? Maybe we get Ruthie on and we do a presentation. Yeah, maybe we pitch.
We'll do it.
Maybe we pitch the idea to Ruthie.
Let's do that. We'll do that.
Would that be?
Let's put the PowerPoint out with the next episode.
Yeah. Oh, that would be amazing.
We'll get questions from the listeners.
Yeah,
oh my God, that would be pretty funny.
Perfect. What else?
Yeah.
I mean, what else could we add in there, right? Because the safety thing is a big one, I think. Could we somehow relate it back to your heart, perhaps? You know, a car that with that level of performance and grip is one that's not going to give you as many frights on the road, maybe? Better for your heart? I don't know.
I don't know. Have you driven a 991.2?
Yeah, no, that's probably the opposite is probably true, isn't it? I don't know. Help me out. I'm just spitballing here.
I think it's unless I show her the scales with 100 pounds down, I don't think there's anything that's going to win that argument. But you know, it's okay. I don't want to rush into it, even though I nearly did.
Okay, can we order some cheap scales manufactured in a sweatshop somewhere that are going to, let's say, slightly tweak the results in our favour?
I like it. Yeah.
Or
that's a good idea.
Do you know what? Just do what I did. So when I used to be a mad keen mountain biker, if I would travel with my bike, I used to have a downhill bike, which is really heavy. And when I would fly to Canada, I would put the bike on the scales at the airport and just put my toe slightly under it, just to elevate it.
Lift it up.
But they could always tell because, in spite of my best efforts, using my big toe to hold up 26 kilograms, it's really hard to hold it evenly, and so the weights would just be going up and down and up and down and up and down. And I remember the lady at the check-in desk said one time, "Sir, you can remove your foot." But maybe you could just do something like that. You know, if you, for example, okay, here we go. If you weigh yourself in a long robe, and so that goes down past your feet, and then so you can have one foot on the ground. I mean, I don't know, man. I'm giving you ideas here. I'm getting nothing back.
You are. They're not great.
Just a lot of negativity from your direction.
I do appreciate the ideas.
Do you want this graphite blue car or not?
Oh God, I do. It was so nice. You know, the only thing it didn't have was didn't have the sports chrono clock, which is a must-have for me. But I could retrofit that.
The sport chrono clock. That's so. Dude. So that reminds me of
nice.
When I was buying a car once, my daily, which is a Jeep Grand Cherokee SRT, and some of them came with Alcantara roof linings and some didn't. And I was buying the car secondhand, and everyone I would call, I'd ask them, does it have the Alcantara roof lining? First of all, the amount of people who have no idea what Alcantara is still blows my mind. I'd get, I don't know, mate. I mean, it's kind of smooth feeling. But anyway, so I was obsessed. I had to have Alcantara roof lining. I finally got the car. It's got the Alcantara roof lining. I never thought about it again. Never looked at it. Never touched it. It was the thing I had to have. I've never thought about it
Yeah.
since. I think a sport chrono clock is a little bit like that.
Well, I can see your rationale, but the fact that it's on the dash and you basically look at it a lot, it's a different thing. I can see the Alcantara roof. You never, I mean, unless you, I don't know, so unless there's something wrong with you, you're not going to be driving staring up at the roof,
Just stroking the ceiling. Honey, what are you doing? Just what? Nothing. What? You're stroking it again.
Oh my good lord! Yeah, you made it weird. I didn't think you would make that one weird, but you did.
It's the only place to go with that. But do you know what though? Even when I was buying my GT4, I became really obsessive about wanting it to have the extended leather pack inside. I wanted deviated stitching and all that stuff. Oh god, I'm becoming you.
You are. It's fine, Andy. Just let it go. Give in to your hate.
All right, so let's move on. I put this in the show notes, and it's funny because you would have read it, so you know the answer already. But, if you think about automotive journalists, particularly in the video sphere, there's, I don't know, who would you say are the big names? Who are the ones who are the most influential, do you think?
Magnus Walker?
Okay. He's an influencer though in many respects, isn't he? He's not a he's not a journalist. Because I would have thought like your Harry's Garage guy, your Henry Catchpole, your Jason Camisa. But there's one name I think looms above them all, right? We know who this is.
Big Doug. I don't know who.
No, not Big Doug. Chris Harris.
Me.
Yeah, you. Yeah, it's us. It's us. It's just a way for a shameless plug for my now
You and me,
dormant
brother.
YouTube channel.
Chris Harris. You're right. You are spot on. Chris Harris.
So I can't believe I wrote this in the show notes, and then I was worried that I'd give it away so that you wouldn't know that it was Chris Harris, and you still didn't know it was Chris Harris.
Dude, you sent me those show notes days ago.
Your level of preparation is amazing. So, anyway, I would say
don't ask me about video of the week.
It's your video of the week, mate. You're presenting it. So get ready. So anyway, I would say that Chris Harris is probably... I can't think of a more influential, let's say, TV, video, motoring journalist, right? Like, everyone loves Chris Harris. He's seen as the driver's reviewer, if you know what I mean. He's the guy we all wish we could drive like. He has a really, I think, well thought out approach to the way that he reviews cars. I don't know. I think he has a reputation for calling it as he sees it, but he's also an unabashed Porsche fan. Yeah. So he has owned for some time a 991.2 GT3 Touring. In fact, he owned two because one of them he destroyed. He loves this car. There's a great video of him driving that car. And then he ordered a 992 GT3 Touring, which arrived a few months ago. And his idea was always to compare the two cars, decide which to keep because he couldn't afford to keep both, and then make a determination on what was the car that he was going to hold on to. And lo and behold,
right, his
992 GT3 Touring is or was up for sale on Collecting Cars. Shocked? Surprised? What do you think?
You know, I think a lot of people will be shocked. I don't know. I'm not massively shocked just because I'm a 991 fan. And I will be for a long time. I love the 991, and especially the second generation 991, and especially that GT3 Touring. I mean, it's the first one of its kind.
Yeah.
The 992 comes along and puts out the exact same thing. I mean, it's why I think the 911R in the first generation 991 that is a super special car.
Yeah.
If they brought it out again now, would I be as excited for it? No, probably not. So I don't know. There's probably a number of different ways you could look at this. It would be driving experience. It would be, I don't know, gas mileage. It would be aesthetics. But no, I don't think so. But I think a lot of people will be shocked. You know, he's bought the latest and greatest. He's had it a couple of months and he's now shipping it on. Yeah. I mean, that's big news.
It is. I'm not surprised. I think he's got, from what I've seen, he actually has he's built a connection with his 991, you know, the way we do with some cars, the way I have with Little Green, where it's a car that means something to me above and beyond the mechanics of it, and the performance of it. But I agree. To me, a 991.2 GT3 Touring is still the lottery car. You know, if I won the lottery this week, that is the first car I would try and secure, would be a GT3 Touring from 991 generation. No doubt in my mind. So I'm not surprised by that at all. I'm interested to see if it has any impact on values. As much as Chris Harris has a massive influence over this space, I don't think it will influence values. I don't know. What are your thoughts?
I don't think so.
No.
I don't think so. I think it might influence the opinions of the layperson and the sort of everyman Porsche enthusiast, but the people that can actually afford that car, they're not going to care.
No, I agree, because it'll be the person who's never driven either of them, you know, having a heated argument with someone about how the 991 generation is so much better. Just look at Chris Harris; he's sold his 992 because it wasn't as good. So it's always those people that know it all. Mind you, I don't know if you've seen Sam from Seen Through Glass. He's just collected a beautiful. It's not ice green. I can't remember the color. It looks like ice green metallic GT3 with a wing, but manual 992, and that thing just looks stunning. And he's driving it on snow tires through Europe at the moment, doing his first drive, and he's loving it. And actually, his latest video, there's a sequence at the end where he's on this road that it's got snow on either side. The road is wet, and he's just got the camera just mounted on the front of the car, and it's probably, I don't know, maybe 2.5 minutes of this GT3 just absolutely tearing along this road. He's driving it pretty hard given the conditions. So hats off to Sam. And that car does look amazing, and he's talking about it just being absolutely incredible. So I imagine perhaps if you'd never experienced the 991 and you got the 992, I'm pretty sure you'd be pretty happy with it, right?
Oh yeah, I think so.
I don't think you'd be going,
I think so.
I'm not so sure.
No.
I would be very happy.
I mean, you know, there's, I think, you know, just like my recent car search experience probably, you know, it's probably a good example, right? I mean, I'm sitting here for the last year thinking my next car is going to be a GT3, my next car is going to be a turbo. I decided one night to just look at base Carreras, and I was sitting there absolutely wetting my pants thinking, oh, there are so many on the market, which one can I have? Yeah. And you can say whatever you want about the pros and cons about the GT cars over the Carreras, but I was so excited about the prospect of that graphite blue one in Miami. It might as well have been a GT3 Touring for all I cared. But
also, why not? I mean, what's not to be excited about? You know, it's one of the things I always think about when I think back to my 991. It was a Carrera S, I'll grant you, but that was, I made a video about it. It's an exciting, fun, insanely rad car to drive. It doesn't have to be a GT product to be incredible.
Are you still in touch with the person who bought that from you, by the way? Did you ever hear anything again about the car?
He reached out to me a few months back. He was just chasing up some documentation for something, and sounds like he was really enjoying it. Although he was talking about maybe getting an air cooled car. I don't know where he landed with that. Sometimes I really wish I'd kept that car.
Yeah,
I just think it was such a good car. It was a great car. I miss it.
I think about my former 991. And when I sold it, to a guy in the States, he really liked it and was super excited for it. But I saw him a couple of weeks after, and I think he had a little bit of buyer's regret.
Oh, really?
Because he hadn't really driven it as much as he'd planned to, right. And the winter came. He bought it right before the winter, and the winter came early, so he basically got it and stopped driving it. So he kind of like half jokingly said, well, if you ever want it back, just let me know, kind of thing. And at the time I was like, no, it's all right. Thanks. Your check hasn't cleared yet, sort of thing. Yeah. But now, now with like 2 years down the line or 18 months down the line, I think back, and if that car became available again, would I buy it? I don't know. But I saw him, he and I are on Instagram together. He just recently took a drone shot of it driving through the desert on this twisty, turny road from above. And I just saw it, man. And it was like, I don't know. It was like having a dream about an ex-girlfriend.
Ex-girlfriend, yeah, of course.
Out of it, you feel, you feel really guilty.
Yeah.
I felt guilty for ages thinking about that car.
That's a funny thing, though, isn't it? Would you go back if you could? I mean, I don't think I would, because the reasons I sold that 991 were not specific to that car. It was more the use case scenario for a car of its ilk. So I think that would still stand. And it wasn't a rare example or an exciting example in any way. To be honest, the fact that it was black for me was probably a negative. I probably wouldn't want another black one. So I don't think I would buy it back if I had the opportunity. Maybe I would.
Are you thinking about? Tell me the truth. Are you thinking about your ex cars now or an ex-girlfriend?
Bit of both. Hey, so speaking of, let's speak about current cars. What's happening with Bluey? Has Bluey had any TLC?
Bluey has spent the best part of the last couple of months just sat in my garage while I've been getting over this recent operation. But just this week, I've started dusting it off and getting it ready. I'm only 2 weeks away now from the road trip down to Florida.
Oh, shit. Shoot.
It's like when the event Works Reunion is on the Friday. I'm leaving Minneapolis on the Monday to drive to Washington, D.C. to meet up with Jay Reed. We're taking the overnight train, the car train from Washington, D.C. down to Florida. Like you get on at 5 in the evening and you get off at like 7 in the morning at Orlando. And then we arrive there Thursday. The event's Friday. And then I'm basically going to spend another week doing some kind of Gulf Coast, Texas, Rocky Mountain adventure to get back home. So I'm going to be on the road for nearly 2 weeks. I'm so excited. So I've been, tire pressure, battery, trying to fix a rattle or two inside the cabin that's started driving me nuts. I've been trying to just get it ready. But 10 days I'll be on the road.
How much of that time on the road will you be on your own?
Most of it, actually.
So are we... Well, do you know what? I'm thinking about our conversation with Chris Cluel, who made the point that whatever road you're on, it's between a town or two. So, if you break down, as long as you've got water, you'll survive. But what are you going to? What emergency supplies are you taking with you? Like, you're gonna put a spare wheel on the roof and do that whole thing.
Funnily enough, I actually have a spare tire in the frunk, inside my frunk.
Oh, you do?
I've never seen a 996 with one of those before. Yeah, so I do have a spare tire with me. Well, I'm bringing jumper cables in case I get into any issue with the battery. Mm-hmm. I'm also bringing my portable battery jumper, which charges, on the USB. I've got my go bag, I have a go bag in all of my cars actually with, like flares and, all sorts of shit that you'd expect if you got stuck in the winter in Minnesota. No.
Matches.
No, not a gun. But I do have flares. I've got, like warm clothes, and I've probably got a box of 100 Cliff Bars that are 3 years past their sell-by date. But
I'm just imagining you sitting in the woods somewhere trying to light a fire with damp twigs and just shaking it, trying to open a Cliff Bar with shaking fingers.
Oh, exactly. Yeah. By the way, going back to that podcast we did with Chris, I have so much respect for that guy. He's awesome. And, I can't say enough good things about him. But when he said that if you just break down anywhere in America and you think you can walk out of it, I nearly fell off my seat. That is just so wrong. That's like, it's just so wrong. It's like, what was that Ben Stiller movie where he was talking to somebody about the sharks and they were like, oh no, sharks, you don't worry about them when they come up and they show you their teeth. They want to be pets. It's like, no, that's not true. If you see a shark, get the fuck out of there. And so like in this country, especially in the West, if you break down, okay, water's going to help you for a little bit. You could be walking for days and not see anybody. Chris, if you're listening, mate, I'm sorry. I just couldn't get with that one.
Yeah, he probably does. He's probably got heaps of time to be listening to our podcast.
We can hope.
Yeah, we can. Oh, that's good though. So the car's going to be all good and ready to roll.
Yeah, I can't wait. It's going to be tremendous. But who knows? Maybe I will drive via that dealership if the graphite blue one's still there.
Come on, you've got to at least go have a look at it, right?
I know. Well, you see, the thing I'm hoping is Ruthie. What was it? I think I have my friend Noah's 997, which is blue, in the garage for a couple of days, and she didn't realize it wasn't the 996. Could I get a blue 991 in the garage and just be like, honey, it's the same car. What are you talking about?
Yeah. Because also, the thing I'm picking up here is a whole lot of permission seeking, whereas what you should be looking for is forgiveness seeking.
There you go.
You're coming at it all wrong.
Yeah,
we're gonna work on this offline. We'll sort you out. Don't worry.
Yeah. All right, so into our final segment, video of the week. What have you got for us, Andy?
Oh, jeez, son of a bitch! I was about to say, what have you got for us? This is your video.
It is. I haven't got a video of the week. You had a video of the week.
So okay? Well, I can refer to it.
Wait. Is it the Mandalorian trailer?
No,
it's not the Mandalorian trailer.
God, next you're going to say you like the Book of Boba Fett.
No, but let's not go there.
Worst thing ever to come out of Disney. If I tell you what, video of the week, I should just link to Robot Head video, just destroying all things Star Wars and Disney. No, video of the week was that My Way video featuring Brock Keane, aka 996 Road Trip, who is the dude who basically single-handedly made tents on 911s a popular thing, right? Like this guy's he's
oh yeah.
You catching up? So listeners, just so that you know, James and I are on FaceTime right now, and I was watching him while I was introing the segment that he had chosen, the video that he had chosen. You should have seen the look of, it was a mix of confusion and terror on his face as he tried to, you could hear the wheels turning in his mind as he was trying to work out what video I was talking about.
I had no idea.
Do you want to take it from here?
No, because I still quite can't remember what it was, but...
Well, welcome back to Curb and Canyon. We are certainly delivering the level of professionalism you've come to know and love from us. Well, Brock Keane, okay, I can tell you a little bit. It's him basically driving around in this amazing 996 C4S is his car, which is 996 C4S is such a cool car. And when he wanted to put the Yakima tent, rooftop tent on that car, I think he was told by a few sources that no, this wouldn't actually work, and they were worried about the load-bearing capabilities of a 911. But it turned out to be absolutely spot on. And so him and his missus and his dog travel all around. I think they're based in the Pacific Northwest, right? And there's some great videos with him on this particular one. Is a piece of content. It's sponsored content. We will link to it in the show notes rather than me attempting to describe what I hoped James would describe, it is well worth a look. It's beautifully shot, and he's really interesting talent. So it's Brock Keane, My Way. It's a great video.
Are you sure?
Am I sure
this
what?
is my suggestion? Look,
This is
I'll
your
be honest,
suggestion.
I found it on YouTube. I don't recognize the thumbnail. I don't recognize the thumbnail.
All right, hold on. Hey, hold on. Let's just. Can you and me just talk over here for a second? Just listeners, you don't want to hear this. What are you doing, man? What are you doing? Trying to bring a level of professionalism.
I'm losing it. But if you go 6 down, there's a video from 9 Works. If you go 7 down, there's a video from 9 Works. If you go 8 down, there's a video from Auto Amateur. But yeah, I don't really recognize that thumbnail. All right, so I should give it a watch, should I? This is a good video.
Do whatever the fuck you want.
Well, guys,
good to be
welcome
back, isn't it?
to Curb and Canyon. It's so good to be back. Thank you for listening, as ever. We'll be back with more shenanigans very soon. Andy, say goodbye.
Goodbye. Thanks, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. Check us out on Instagram, Curb and Canyon. Obviously, James at Auto Amateur, and me, Andy, at Last Rasp. And we will see you on the next one.